All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
All right, everybody, welcome on in. Welcome on in. We got to change the banner up there. This ain't the hot corner. NorCal Sports Network. Get that thing back up there. There we go. There we go. Golden State Warriors postgame show as the Warriors get it done. Wasn't pretty at times, but they defeat the Charlotte Hornets 119-101. We'll talk about it. This show is brought to you by Chapman Law Group. Chapman Law Group, located in Marin, licensed in all of California. Give them a call at 415-613-9483. Let them know NorCal Sports Network sent you. Chapman Law Group for all your legal needs. Give them a call. All right, Lou. It was, what do we got here? I'm hitting the wrong button. Sorry. I meant to hit the music. There we go. All right. And we got this to hit. There we go. All right. Running the board here like a crazy man. Wasn't pretty, but they get it done. Buddy Hield, whenever he scores 18 points or more, Lou, they seem to win the game. And he got 22 tonight. I don't know. What's your take? I've always thought it was tough playing a crappy team.
Yeah, two things that really stand out. I've never seen a 7-point possession. And it could have been worse if they would have made it. Should have been 10-point with all the missed free throws. But you know what? Tonight they were lucky they played a bad team, Charlotte, because if it would have been the Knicks and they played like this, they would have been blown out. You know, again, I think the key thing is, first of all, is GP2 okay? He didn't come back. I know, right. Brandon came back, but he's been sort of a spark. And I know we're going to talk about players of the game, and I know you bought it, but again, I know you don't really go by the box scores, but I'll tell you one thing. Someone who's really impressed me in the last couple games, and it's not all about the points, is Santos. This guy seems to get every loose ball no matter what. He's really a spark. And, it seems like when the Warriors need something, a layup, a stolen ball or something, he's there. And I think he should be rewarded. But, I think you bring up a great point with Buddy, and we talk about this. I think the other night we spoke about it. Buddy within 3 possessions, either he's on and play him, or he can't hit the side of a bar and sit him.
That's right.
So I think, it might have been you, might have been Ryan that brought that up. I thought that was key. Again, the one other negative thing is, I know we're going to talk about Green, but Butler, he has these layups and he keeps throwing them for 3-pointers.
I know.
Take the layup or dunk it. We're going to need him to be more aggressive. I don't want him to wait until the playoffs. Be aggressive. I've never seen it where he'll have a wide open layup or dunk and he winds up trying to do a pass for a 3-pointer. And then when we don't miss it, it's almost like a negative 5 because it was 2 that we should have had. And then we tried to do the 3. So
he's given up too many shots that are within 10 feet.
Shots. Yeah. And, I think, every win is a good win when you're on the road in the NBA. And I know we've spoken about this, but, tonight, with Charlotte, they were down a couple of players and, what's his name just started, they really had 2 starters. That was it in my mind. But you know what? Hey, they got the W and that's all that matters because it's tough. Now they got to go to Madison Square Garden tomorrow and it's not going to be easy.
Right. And we did see some of the injuries, as you mentioned, at GP2. That doesn't look good. I hope it's not a fractured nose or broken nose or whatever you want to call it, or a deviated septum. He got blasted. Hopefully it's not a concussion. I don't know what the heck's going on.
It was a very physical game considering everything. Brandon got injured and, And again, the other thing I don't like about the Warriors and, between Green and Kurt, you're up 11 points. Stop complaining to the refs when you're on the road. There's a reason why they call it hometown refs. You're up 11. Relax.
Yeah, and
that possession was
Draymond,
incredible. And
what the heck is Draymond doing?
nothing.
Pushing the guy in the neck, and then he acts like it's nothing.
Two straight games, 3 out of 4. So obviously it's getting close to a major blow up. So, we can't have that. They need him on the floor. We realize with Butler not on the floor how our defense is, but imagine if they give Butler a night off and then Green does something dumb. Now your defense is average at best. So they need it, especially on the road.
Little news here, injury news here. Kyrie Irving tonight looks like he hurt his knee on this play right here. Whoops, what happened? We just lost it. Hold on, let me rewind it. Can you see the?
Yeah, I think his right knee, his knee gave out. That means he tore his ACL and meniscus. He was just driving. Watch his right leg give out right there. Well, I mean, it's outside. Sorry, it's left.
That's not good.
Nope.
Yeah, that's
Dallas makes the trade and they can't get a break. But
wow.
Hey, that's NBA.
Yeah, that is rough. That is rough, man. If he's out, Dallas may have enough to hold on because Phoenix is playing so terrible, but they will be the 10th seed, and it'll be between them and Phoenix, I think, who's going to get that 10th seed if Kyrie's out. I mean, Kyrie's out, they're done. I mean, that makes Clay way worse because Clay can't create, right? So that puts them in a real bind. And
don't count out Portland. I mean, Portland, I don't know what they've done, but the last 3 games, I mean, they should have won at Cleveland. They should have won at the Knicks. I don't know what it is, but maybe just a young gels finally. I mean, they're only 5 games below 500. They were winning again tonight. So
we'll take a look at the standings here.
And then again, San Antonio, I know they don't have their big guy, but you got to remember, they just went 13 games on the road for the rodeo.
Forget San Antonio. They don't have. They're done. They're done. They're done.
Long season.
They're not even trying to win, Lou. At this point, with Wimbiana out, they're going to take their shot at the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. So they're done. But the Warriors here tonight, Steph had 21, a quiet 21. Potts, he hit a couple nice threes in the fourth quarter, but can we tone it down a little bit, Potts? You're shooting more threes than Steph. Again, this guy,
and that was off an injury. Remember, he left and then he came back.
You know what this guy needs to do is instead of going and getting a shower, go back out and just start hoisting about 100 threes and see if you can make half of them. Okay, or more. The guy needs. I mean, his shots are uncontested and he's missing them. I've never seen a guy miss so many threes that are just like set shots. I mean, he's like, I think, do I take this 3 or do I take a break and have a sandwich? Go ahead and shoot it. Yeah. Brick.
And they are bricks. I agree. But yeah, this is now the 3rd straight game where he's had the most 3-pointer shots. He doesn't need to. There's no reason.
Yeah.
But again tonight, 21 for 24 from the line. So I think, the early part of the season, where the Warriors couldn't make free throws, it's a done deal now.
And they had 33 attempts. Charlotte, they missed a lot. They missed 11.
11. I mean, yep.
Yeah, and they kept. I mean, they couldn't. Yeah, they're just.
They make half those. It's a lot closer in the game. So
who had a very, very quiet game, and he's been very quiet on this road trip, is Moses Moody. It's like he's. I have a feeling Moses Moody, when Kuminga comes back, is going to find himself finding less and less minutes. I just got this feeling that Moody, I mean, we're seeing more of Post than Moody, right?
Yep.
As far as I mean, Post hit a couple of nice big threes at key points. I mean, Charlotte was hanging in there within 8, within 6, within 10, within 4. They couldn't put them away until the fourth quarter. And it was Buddy Hield and Pods making some key threes, all without Steph on the floor, by the way. They put that lead up from 9 to 20.
Yeah.
Without Steph,
And
which
that's
was
what
great.
we complained about last game. They need it.
Yeah.
When steps off the floor.
They needed that tonight. I was hoping that they would put him away, and Steph, I don't even think Steph needed to play to come back in. I'm not even sure why Kerr had him come back in. I don't know. Maybe it's to keep the ankle from swelling. I'm not sure. But I would have left Steph with a back-to-back tomorrow night. I would have left his butt on the bench. You know, you were up by 16, 18. I don't think the lead ever got to within, 15 when he was – so I would have just taken it easy.
And Dan, you had 2 guys that got injured throughout the game, GP2 and Pods.
Yes.
So you know how things always happen in threes. You know, it's like there was no need to. So, you know, the other thing is you did see at the very end, TJD finally got in.
Yeah.
First time in 8 games. So he is alive.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on, I'm just making a quick tick. Okay.
That's right. I thought the other thing is, Dan, is the first half was sort of up and down because they shot too many threes. Did you see at one point they were 13 for 37? And they winded up and then they hit 3 in a row, so it looked better. But, you know, even they were talking about the announcing, you know, you don't need to do the threes all the time. You know, it's like it's okay to go inside. Take a layup occasionally.
Yeah.
You know, like Steph twice today did a pump fake. And instead of shooting a 3, he dribbled the ball, shot a nice 12-footer, you know?
Yeah.
Over the time, it's going to be a lot easier. But, you know, hey, overall, you know, they tonight they actually won, not because of their offense, because of their defense. And that's what you need to do.
I'm with Mark here. If Dre wasn't such a defensive general on his team with his antics, it's time to go. I am sick of Draymond Green. The guy is going to cost them this game tonight against a good team, if you're not getting the calls and you get teased and give up 7 points, you can get buried. You can get buried on a 7-point possession because, I mean, doggone him. He just irritates the heck out of me. I mean, it's one thing to push a guy in the neck. It's a big deal, okay? He did it. It was a basketball, non-basketball play. But to then complain and act like you didn't do anything. What is this guy thinking? I mean, there's cameras all over the place. It's like, dude, you've got mental problems, okay? You are a mental midget. Gosh, he just doesn't have a clue. I mean, this guy, I don't know. Him and LeBum, just, you know, it's no wonder they're best buds. I'm just, you know, I'm not a homer. You hear me rip on LeBum, but I'm ripping on Draymond too. Now, Draymond, you know, he does a lot of great things defensively. And if he's locked in, he's a great guy to have on your team, okay? You want Draymond on your team if he's locked in. But if he, for whatever reason, is not focused, he easily combusts. He's a combustible dude. All right, let's take a look. Warriors move into sole possession of 6th in the West, and they are 11 games away from the mighty Magic number 44. 19 to go, Lou. 19 to go. 33 and 28. That is 61. Or is there 20? Wait, 21 to go? Wait, 33 and that is 61 games.
61,
they play 82.
21 games
So they got 21 games left. Why did somebody say 20 yesterday? There's only 20 left. There's 21 games to go. They basically have to go 11 and 10. 11 and 10.
All right.
Basically, 11 and 10. And the schedule is, I think it's pretty favorable. Yes, that's right, Aaron. NorCal Sports Network. The no casuals, no homer network. In fact, guys, it might be time to pull up the logo. Hold on. Let's see if we got this. let's see if we've got this. I can find this in here. We have a new logo. If I could find it, maybe it's in my text. Hold on. I think it is in my text. Yes, it is. All right. I got to send this. Hold on one sec. Lou, carry on with your thought there.
All right.
You got anything?
I know our guys on the chat are Kings fans. They're winning again. They're up 10 on the road at Dallas, and it looks like they got a big break. And I think in the NBA, when you want to make the playoffs, you got to take care of the advantages you get. And Dan thinks the total's already over, but I'm just looking at the schedule. I think tomorrow night's going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
With the Knicks. And then, Brooklyn, they should take care of. But, they play a good Detroit team who's won 11 out of 12. Like I told you guys, Portland, I don't know what's happened in the last week, but they all of a sudden, they're scoring 128 points a game. I don't know what it is. Then, of course, we had the Kings, and then we got the Knicks again. And then we got, this is a bit, you know what, to tell you the truth, this homestand, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, will determine the season. That's how big of a homestand coming in. It's big because you got Detroit's a winning team. Portland, they should be able to take care of. Kings, the Knicks, Denver, Milwaukee, and Toronto. And you got to have a good homestand because then you go on the road for 7 again.
Right.
So,
toughest games on that homestand are Denver and Milwaukee. Knicks is not easy. Detroit's not easy.
No.
But yeah, it's I'm looking here at the standings, Lou. Trailblazers are a half game behind Phoenix. Just one behind.
Nobody's talking. That's what I'm saying. And they should have won at Cleveland yesterday. They led by 18, and Cleveland came all the way back. But Cleveland's won 11 straight. Yeah, I think Dallas now, if this injury's bad, they might just be done.
Yeah, Dallas going to lose tonight. That's going to put them at 32-30. The Trailblazers. Did the Trailblazers already play tonight?
Yeah, they won by 24 or something again on a back-to-back.
Let me see. Did they update the standings here for the Trailblazers? They've got them winning 1 in a row. Did they? Let me see. Trailblazers only 4.5 back. They're only going to be. Let me look at the scores here. Trailblazers beat the Sixers, something the Warriors couldn't do in Philly. 1 night. Let's see how many points Quentin Grimes got tonight for
after what he did
the Sixers.
Against us.
14. 38 minutes, he got 14 points. Jeez. Okay.
And you got to give, even though Portland beat a bad team, you got to give them credit. They were up 18 against Cleveland at Cleveland. Now you get a back-to-back in the NBA and you still win. So, they're playing good ball. I saw them against Cleveland. I was shocked. And I think they won 3 of their last 4. So, I don't think it's one of those, gimme games. Let me put it that way.
Right. So
tonight, the Warriors were 14.5 point favorite. When was the last time the Warriors were 14.5 point favorite on the road? That tells you something. Yeah. And of course, if you went on Beta, you could have got a minus 11.5 like I did.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to be looking here at Portland. They're if Dallas loses tonight, they will only be 4 games behind. They will actually be exactly 4 games because they will play the same amount. 32-30 for Dallas, Portland 28-34. 4 games, kind of tough to make up with 20 plus games or so to go. But if Dallas,
who does Dallas have
doesn't
left?
have Kyrie, and it doesn't appear he's coming back anytime soon.
And Davis right now,
and Davis is out, and Lively is out, and the other Gafford is out. Who are you going to rely on? Klay Thompson?
Yeah. And I'm not sure. Let's look up Dallas' schedule.
Without Kyrie, Klay is going to be like throwing balls. He's just going to be like doing hook shots from 3-point because he's the guy that forces shots.
So this is their schedule, Dan. They of course played. They have Sacramento tonight. Sacramento's up 10 at half. Then they go to Milwaukee.
Loss.
Then they are home against Memphis.
Loss.
Then they're home against Philly. I mean, I'm sorry,
Win.
Phoenix.
Phoenix?
Yeah.
That's a toss-up. That's a toss-up.
Okay. Then they do one of those weird things where they go to San Antonio for 2.
Well, they'll split that probably.
Yeah, and then they go to Houston.
They'll lose.
And then they're home for Philly.
They'll win.
Then they go to Indiana.
They'll lose.
Home for Detroit.
I think they might lose.
Then they go to Brooklyn, New York,
They'll
Chicago,
lose New York.
Atlanta.
They should
LA
beat Chicago.
twice. You know what I mean? So I mean, dude, they literally could probably go like 3-7, and we're not really being that bad. And if you're just 500, you pick up 2 just like that.
Yeah. It's going to be tough because Portland's got to keep, got to win.
Yeah, Portland's got to win. But Dallas right now, boy, it's amazing. I mean, I think they only have 2 wins since the trade.
That 10th spot could be a team that finishes 500 or just below in the West. Because that 10th spot is going to be Dallas, Phoenix, or Portland. This move of Kyrie getting hurt helps the Kings solidify probably the 9th spot. Remember, they're down Sabonis for a while. Grade 1 hamstring, probably a week, maybe another 2 weeks. I don't know. But all of the West bunched up at 28 or 29 losses there. 4 teams: Warriors, Clippers, T-Wolves, and Kings, 28 or 29 losses. Or you can put the Mavericks in there if they come back and win. One of those teams, Kings or Mavericks, is going to have 29 losses. Maybe both. If the Kings are leading, but again, it's no gimme that even without Kyrie, because they're up 14, but there's still 8.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and Kings are playing without Sabonis. I think they signed some center from a G League here yesterday or something. I read. Who said the Blazers are going to pass the Warriors? Did anybody say that in the chat? Did you say that, Lou?
No.
You didn't. Does anybody in the chat say that?
No, we were just talking about how well Portland's playing, and they're just not a gimme. Where like when they play the Warriors, you would assume, they're playing Portland, it's a gimme.
Ryan is saying, laughing out loud, the Blazers aren't going to pass the Warriors. I don't think anybody said that. We're saying that they could pass the Mavericks.
And then, tonight, seeing a big injury in Dallas, it's more where you don't have to play Steph when you're up 18. No reason to.
Right.
I mean, injuries are going to happen, especially where, some of these teams, the schedules are very bizarre. You're playing like, I think I saw tonight, Oklahoma is 6 games in 9 days. And 2 of the games were because makeup games. You know what I mean? So, you're going to run out of gas, and that's where the injuries happen. I mean, you saw Kyrie. I mean, that was a very strange injury. It wasn't even a contact injury, which means it's really bad.
Yeah, when it's not a contact, I hate to be I'm not a doctor, obviously, and I hate to diagnose somebody over the internet, or podcast, whatever. But whenever I have seen somebody have a non-contact injury, it's almost like 9 times out of 10 that I can think of that it's been an ACL.
Yeah. And did you also see what Dallas did today? They announced for next year.
What's that?
They're raising all the rates 8.5%. Here are the fans that are pissed off about the trade. They say they're raising the rates for season ticket holders 8.5%. Unlike the Giants, where they just do it, don't tell you. And then, of course, now you lose. And that injury tonight could be one of these where he's not going to play the rest of the year, and maybe he has to sit out next year. It's like, all right, come on.
Yeah.
Who's smart now? Cuban selling 74% of the team, huh? He gets all his money, and he can just sort of sit there and say, okay.
Crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow night we've got another game, Warriors and the Knicks. That game time, is that another 4:10 start in Cali? Let me see. Let me look. Tomorrow night, Tuesday.
ESPN game.
ESPN game. Let me see.
Or TNT, sorry.
Well, come on. Why are we giving Tuesday, March 4th? Yeah. Oh, it's a 4:30 game. So that means it'll start about 4:40, 4:45. So 7, right around 7-ish. We should
And
be coming on.
Towns will be back tomorrow for them. Makes it a little bit tougher.
Oh, he's coming back?
Yeah.
Dang it. Timing. We've been lucking out with guys missing games. The Warriors have had a lot of guys, miss. Well, maybe one big man they missed, Embiid, and they didn't win. Maybe they'll get Towns, and who knows?
I think the Knicks are just a little bit better than Philly. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Should see a lot of quitting post tomorrow night with Towns playing way outside. He's always at the top of the 3-point circle. Like that's his spot. He likes to shoot from.
You got the movie stars out tomorrow. I mean, there'll be a lot of stars at the Garden. It's the one time that Steph and the show show up.
Yeah.
One time.
I wonder if Steph will play, because it is a back-to-back, and now that he's got an excuse. All they got to do is say the ankle swelled up a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if Steve Kerr wants to stick it to the NBA. He kind of enjoys doing that. He gets pissed off.
He learned from the man at San Antonio.
Yeah. He gets a little pissed off when the league doesn't, constantly scheduling guys because they want to do the TV stuff. And I would not be shocked one way or the other. I think it's a 50-50 call. Right. Oh, Graves said, he said earlier, did he say that in post game, Mark, or prior to the game? Let me know, Mark. I didn't hear the post-game comments because we obviously came on here right after the final buzzer. So let me know, Mark, if he said that earlier today. Okay, earlier today, but that can change. That can all change with Steph. If he feels Steph's not quite 100% and he wants to make a statement that, you know what, this is our chance to give him a day off, because he couldn't give him a day off because the league frowns on that. There's some kind of league rule where you can't miss games when it's a national TV game. But I think maybe since he got hobbled tonight, there's a perfect built-in excuse, and there's nothing the league can do about it, that it's a little sore, it's a little swollen. What are they going to do, come in and examine his ankle?
Especially after you almost lost 2 guys the night before.
Yeah.
With Brandon, we'll see.
I mean, there's no way if it wasn't a back-to-back, but the fact that he did, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It depends on if they feel they can win this game. If they don't feel confident that they really can give it a go, I mean, they're going to talk to Jimmy. They're going to talk to Steph. How you feeling? Are you 100%? Draymond, you guys think we can give it our all and take these guys at least, down to the wire? If they say, I'm just not feeling it, I'm a little wiped out. I don't have it tonight, emotionally, mentally. They'll rest Steph, but I guarantee you there's that talk that Kerr has with Steph, or Steph goes, if Steph wants to play, he's playing, period. Okay. That's it. If Steph says he wants to play, he's going to play. But if he's a little bit feeling like apprehensive, like I'm not 100%, they're going to go to Celebrini and they're going to say, what do you think? And they say, well, we got 21 games left. We're not favored to win tonight. Let's, problem is GP2 may not be available tomorrow. So you lost another guard. So it's kind of rough. But hey, guys,
Agreed.
I think we're gonna end this show right here. It's the Charlotte Hornets. There's no need to stay on for an hour. It's the Charlotte Hornets.
Yep.
Okay.
They're bad.
We'll save our show, our time for tomorrow when we've got Knicks, Warriors. Should be a interesting game. Steph, you never know what he's going to do in the Garden. Went off for 54 points years ago there. 54, I think it was. I think that's what he did. And then was it 2 years ago? And he broke the three. Was it last year or 2 years? It's been I can't even remember now. It seems
they all
like
seem to blend together.
Yeah, he broke the 3-point, all-time 3-point number of attempts made or field goals made from three at the Garden. So it's a big place. So we'll see. A lot of magical things happen in the Garden. We will be back tomorrow night. Hey, guys, check out our video. We got a little video coming up at 7:45 tonight. You're going to want to catch that. It's related to the San Francisco Giants and Corbin Burns. Not the Giants. Corbin Burns said we're not competitive at all. They sat around. He said they weren't even aggressive going after him. And yet all the pundits had Corbin Burns signing with the Giants. You know what this tells me, Lou? They weren't in on Ohtani either. That's a lie. That's a lie.
I've been saying all that. The only thing they're in is there were 5 teams competing and the Giants were dead last, like usual. There's so many. I mean, that's why I don't trust Alex. I don't trust Susan. I don't trust KBR, the commercial leader. All these people are on the take. They're all homers. Nope.
They're all
can't
homers.
Trust it all. It's pathetic.
So Susan Slusser put the article out. We'll be talking about it. 7:45. It is a recorded video, so check it out. Should be coming out around 7:40 to 7:45. And Lou, what's our one announcement that we have that you mentioned in the private chat? Who's not a top 5 player?
Well, you didn't say it in the first 5 minutes, so I wanted to remind you that Green reminded me of LeBum today, complaining when you were up 11 for no reason.
Yeah,
no
LeBum.
reason. Yeah,
LeBum. That's LeBum James for you guys out there. LeBum James, not a top 5 player of all time. What's the debate that he's number 1 or 2? I'm sorry. The guy shot 10 air balls from the free throw line. How do you do that if you're a top 10 player? I don't even think Wilt in his ridiculous
he's getting old.
Free throw shot.
He's getting old.
10.
And then Dan, you don't have better up there, but if you would have played better today, you could have had the Warriors only minus 11.5 if you include it in a parlay instead of 14.5.
Yes.
That's why better's there. You guys to take it. You know, if you're going to, what's great is if you're going to watch the Warriors, why not play better? You know, you could have done Steph. You could have done, just add on. It's fun. You don't need to bet like $20, $50. You know, I bet 10 tonight. That was it.
There we go.
There we go.
All right, guys, we are out of here. And again, check out the video coming out tonight. Little Giants talk on Corbin Burns and the Giants not being serious about winning. As I've said, it's the ownership group. And we'll let you guys watch that. And then we will be back tomorrow night. Warriors about 7:00, probably. I would say 7:15 tomorrow night.
Yeah, sounds good.
Warriors Knicks postgame. So we will catch you tomorrow. Enjoy the music on the way out. Take care, everybody.